Hello, everybody, walkers of the way of being. Today, I want to ask you a very interesting question that I have questioned myself for a long time, which is why do you think the great spiritual masters of humanity never spoke or spoke little about their spiritual experiences, about different planes, beings, etc.? So it's a question that I used to question a lot in the past, and now I think I have the answer. Because we live in a time when spirituality has become a kind of a trend, I have to say. We have many people talking about crystals, chakras, Akashic records, Reiki, mystical experiences, psychedelics. But the question is all of this really bring us closer to God? Or are we many times just exchanging one illusion for another? Of course, there is an invisible reality, there are planes, there are entities, vibrations, energy, and all that. But the fact is, the great spiritual masters like Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, Ramana Maharshi, and others, they spoke very little about these intermediate worlds, about the energies, about all those phenomena. And certainly, it wasn't out of ignorance because nobody better than them to talk about these topics. I think it was because they knew that these hidden realities can become traps for the spiritual ego, because the ego loves to disguise itself. If once it fed on status, success, control, and etc., now it feeds in hidden domains, access to higher planes. But the essential question remains, is this bringing me closer to the truth? Am I becoming more humble, freer, more loving, more silent? Or am I just distracting myself with more forms? Because the fact is, I know many people that have a bunch of spiritual experiences to tell, but they are not enlightened at all. At all. So, because our planes, including the spiritual planes, are part of mind, of manifestation. In reality, is beyond it. So, I know many people having many experiences, but they are not changing it at all. Nowadays, for example, with the rise of entheogens like plant medicine, ayahuasca, etc., you know I'm from Brazil, so here literally you have ayahuasca everywhere. So it has become very easy to have a so-called spiritual experience, but when you see the masters, they always point to the essential. They speak of inner peace, silence, surrender, detachment, service, love, and many of those people's like having these kind of experiences, they don't manifest these kind of qualities. So the masters invite us to go beyond form, beyond mind, beyond all experiences, whether physical or subtle. Ramana Maharshi used to say, for example, that we should not worry about visions, planes, powers, but focus only on asking, who am I? Meher Baba said that the intermediate planes are like train stations that we shouldn't get off. They are valid, yes, but they are not the final destination. Again, I know several people who have had hundreds of experiences to share, but they still suffer the same afflictions as those who have not yet awakened to reality. And why? Because the nature of experience is to be fleeting. All experience is ultimately illusory. Only the self is real. As Vishrant says, experience is an invitation to do the work. And the work is to surrender, to stop resisting reality, the self. The trap of spirituality sometimes can be subtle. It offers powers, promises, sensations, but it doesn't offer liberation, because truth is simple. It doesn't need embellishments. It's in silence, humility, in presence, in deep love of God. If you feel like getting lost in so many techniques, terms, practices, maybe it's time to return to the essential. God is not hidden in subtle planes. He is there just as He is here, because everything exists in Him. He is the only reality. So if you don't find God here, you won't find God there either. So there is no difference between the material plane, this sense, and others, for all of them exist in God. So have you ever felt stuck in this endless quest for experiences? So let me know in the commentaries. Thank you for being here.